Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
Dr. King believed that our destinies are all intertwined, and he knew that our hopes and our dreams are really all the same. He challenged us to see how we all are more alike than we are different. So as the bells of freedom ring today, we're hoping that it's a time for all of us to reflect on not only the progress that has been made, and we've made a lot, but on what we have accomplished and also on the work that still remains before us. It's an opportunity today to recall where we once were in this nation and to think about that young man who at 34 years old stood up here and was able to force an entire country to wake up, to look at itself, and to eventually change. And as we, the people, continue to honor the dream of a man and a movement, a man who in his short life saw suffering and injustice and refused to look the other way, we can be inspired, and we too can be courageous by continuing to walk in the footsteps of the path that he forged. He's the one who reminded us that we will never walk alone. He was, after all, a drum major for justice. So as the bells toll today, let us reflect on the bravery, let us reflect on the sacrifice of those who stood up for freedom, who stood up for us, whose shoulders we now stand on. And as the bells toll today at 3, let us ask ourselves, how will the dream live on in me, in you, in all of us? As the bells toll, let us remind ourselves injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. As the bells toll, we commit to a life of service, because Dr. King, one of my favorite quotes from him is, not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. So we ask ourselves, what are we doing for others to lift others up? And as the bells toll, we must recommit to that the love that abides and connects each of us to shine through and let freedom ring.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
At the heart of their concerns, this query has often loomed large and loud. Why are you speaking about the war, Dr. King? Why are you joining the voices of dissent? Peace and civil rights don't mix, they say.
The nonviolent resistor not only avoids external physical violence, but he avoids internal violence of spirit. He not only refuses to shoot his opponent, but he refuses to hate him, and he stands with understanding goodwill at all times.
How long? Not long. Because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. These great experiences are not based on a bargaining relationship, not an if faith, but a though faith. And I'm coming to my conclusion now. And I want to say to you this morning, my friends, that somewhere along the way, you should discover something that's so dear, so precious to you, so eternally worthful, that you will never give it up. You ought to discover some principle. You ought to have some great faith that grips you so much that you will never give it up. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land.
A symbol of love and equality in any and all circumstances, so love over hatred. What does MLK mean to you?
Equality. What does he mean to you?
MLK means to me the freedom to be able to be influenced by all my different friends of different races. What does MLK mean to you?
Standing up for what I believe in. What does MLK believe to you?
Peace in America. What does MLK mean to you?
December 5, 1955, Martin Luther King launches the bus boycott in Montgomery, Alabama.
That was the day that we started a bus protest which literally electrified the nation.
4 days earlier, when Rosa Parks, an African-American woman, refused to give up her seat on a bus for a white passenger, she spearheaded a movement that ultimately ended segregation on buses in the South.
In 2013, at the dedication of a statue honoring Rosa Parks at the U.S. Capitol, then-President Barack Obama said,
Ms. Parks, alone in that seat, clutching her purse, staring out a window, waiting to be arrested. For now we see through a glass darkly, Scripture says. We so often spend our lives accepting injustice, tolerating the intolerable.
What does freedom mean to me? Being able to do what I want when I want to. What does freedom mean to you?
The ability to be who you truly are. What does freedom mean to you?
The ability to be independent. What does freedom mean to you?
The ability to make your own choices. What does freedom mean to you?
Being able to speak my mind. What does freedom mean to you?
I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war that the bright daybreak of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word.
Hatred is a stain on the soul. It is taught, not ingrained. Stand up to the downfall. There ain't no place for pedestals. Love is not love if it is not for all. Fear of equality is fear of what you do not know. When you fear what's mine is yours, speak less and listen more. Martin Luther King had a dream. Are we waking up or falling asleep? His passion like rain, washing away the stain of hate. Love is not love if it is not for all. Love is not love if it is not for all.
Thank you, MLK, for letting me have any friend of any sort.
Thank you, MLK, for bringing equality to America.
Thank you, MLK, for letting my voice be heard.
Thank you, MLK, for showing us the character is more important than any external trait.
Dr. King was determined to make a change, make a difference, and an impact on society.
I think Dr. King embodied being passionate because he stood up for something he strongly believed in.
In a very unique way, the way he spoke, the way he lived his life.
His temperament, his understanding of culture, and how to unify a people is beyond inspirational.
Dr. King was a visionary. He had great plans for not only the African American community, but the entire populace of the United States.
Courageous and Dr. King, I believe it goes hand in hand when you think about how courageous you had to be at that time.
Justice, it just means getting things right.
Not only did he gather groups together to fight for justice, but
He did it in a way to where he didn't promote violence.
You think about where we've come as a nation and as people and as a society, we've taken tremendous steps in the right direction.
As a kid growing up in the inner city of Chicago, I needed a dream. I needed someone to believe in. And the inspiration of me hearing his belief in his dream and to see some of it come true, I knew that my dreams can come true as well.
I have a dream of finding love and having others that would love me for who I am.
I have a dream that I will have a happy temple marriage.
I have a dream that I'm going to be the first man on Mars.
I have a dream that one day I will wash my name clean.
I have a dream that one day I'll be able to help people in less fortunate countries have the same opportunities of education that we have here in the United States.
I have a dream that everyone will be united together and that we'll all be friends.
I have a dream to become an animator.
I have a dream to help as many animals as I can.
I have a dream that one day we will unite as one.
I have a dream to be an Army officer.
I have a dream that everyone will succeed.
I have a dream that one day the world will be free of prejudice.
There's a season for everything. A time to play.
A time to work.
A time to dream. A time to rise.
And a time to shine a light on the past. To brighten the future.
Together.
Together.
Together.